Well, let's talk about gun control with Susan Sullivan, a professor of law and politics at Temple University. Joins us now live from Philadelphia. Susan, good to have you with us. So, in the first 3 weeks of this year, 39 mass shootings in the US. Even for America, that is extraordinary. Is there not more public appetite for gun control?
Oh, well, I think there's a tremendous amount of appetite. I think these mass shootings have almost become commonplace, and it's so tragic to actually just think of that. There certainly is an appetite, but as you point out, there is this issue has become politicized. We have a split Congress. The conservative members, the Republicans, tend to avoid any kind of discussion about gun control because it is not a popular position. The more liberal-leaning side of the Congress, the Democrats, generally are in favor of more gun control. Part of the problem here is just the nomenclature. Gun control is not taking away people's guns, and the people who are opposed to gun control are framing the narrative as though any type of control, any type of infringement is going to be just that, an infringement of their rights to actually have a gun, possess a gun, use a gun where necessary. So while there is public appetite, there are obstacles, large obstacles in the way of having any reasonable, meaningful legislation that would curb that type of activity.
So we know President Biden wants Congress to pass a couple of bills banning assault weapons and raising the purchasing age to 21. Is there any hope that those will get through Congress?
Well, I think there are two issues here. First of all, California is one of 8 states where assault weapons have been banned. And of course, in this most recent tragedy, a semi-automatic handgun was used. So there is a question about even the efficiency, whether these types of measures will make a difference. Certainly, in addition to Mr. Biden's, just President Biden, I should say, President Biden having to overcome the opposition in the legislative branch, who have to sign on to this. There are also constitutional limits. The United States Constitution actually protects various rights, but including the right to possess and own a gun. This was a decision that came down in the last few years. And any right that is guaranteed in the American Constitution, whether it's owning a gun or free speech or protection from police brutality, the national government, President Biden, the legislature, cannot pass laws that would infringe upon those rights. So the gun rights, as they're known, are going to also prevent obstacles to any meaningful legislation being passed. So this type of unspeakable tragedy is likely to continue.
So you've got entrenched gun culture, you've got the constitutional rights, you've also got a very powerful gun lobby in the USA. Can anything be done to counter the power of the gun lobby?
Well, I think it's very difficult. The NRA in particular, the National Rifle Association, provide tremendous amount of funds. They have tremendous support. They are able to raise a lot of money. A lot of that money then is used for lobbying. A lot of that money is then probably funneled to political causes that are going to support those kinds of lawmakers who are going to enact laws or not enact laws consistent with the gun lobby. The gun lobby is very powerful. There are organizations that oppose the NRA, that oppose the gun lobby, but they're small, piecemeal organizations. There isn't yet a large national group to take on the position of the NRA and come back with its own force and with its own opportunity to reach people and raise money to try and support their platform of advocating for meaningful but sensible, but not outrageous gun control.
You raised some really interesting points there, Susan. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Susan Sullivan in Pennsylvania there.